Hi everyone, John here with Desert River Pomade. I'm just going to be making a quick video today, making a new batch of pomade. This is a small sample, 4 ounce, because I'm trying a different recipe. To this recipe, different from the previous video that you see on my page, I changed up some things. I added a little bit of vitamin E, right? This vitamin E right here. This is 70,000 units of vitamin E. But all the oils are the same: apricot, castor, almond, avocado, and then shea butter and almond butter. That's all in here. Everything's all in here with my waxes. The only difference is I reduced the water by 1% and up the beeswax by 1% to get a stronger hold. So this is just a test run, and what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to take this right now and put it into our hot water. It's going to take about 20 minutes approximately to melt. Why do I put it in hot water? Because if I put it in a microwave, like I'm going to do with the water, some of the oil and some of the butter, even the beeswax itself, doesn't like being overheated. So you risk overheating it. So it's better just to take it low. I'm going to up the stove a little bit because the water stopped boiling. And we're just going to leave that for 20 minutes. I'm going to put this in the microwave after maybe 15 minutes, or when this is almost completely done melted, almost completely melted. And this is just going to come to a boil, because some people were asking me in the previous video, what temperature do you bring the water up to? Well, I bring it up to a boil and I leave it until this reaches at least 185 or more. So we'll get back to this in about 15 minutes. Right, so here we have our boiled water. It's been boiled completely, and then this is distilled water, by the way. And over here, we have our fragrance and our preservative, and I have the jar ready and disinfected. After we're done with everything, we're just gonna put it into there. So yeah, so as you can see here at the thermometer, it's reached a temperature of 190 degrees. So it's about time to we're going to just take the thermometer out and place it on our workstation. And what we're going to do is, so if you noticed, I put the stick blender inside the hot water so that it reaches temperature. Because if this is cold and you stick it into here, it's just going to solidify really quickly. And you don't want that. So what we're going to do now is take our hot water, or boiled water, and combine it. And as you can see, it turns milky. Right? So we're just with the spoon. I'm going to combine it real quick. Yeah, there we go. You can see it's milky. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the spoon out because I no longer need the spoon. And we're going to start using the stick blender. I'm going to give it a minute or two to cool down a little bit. And we'll get back to it in a minute. Right, so it's been a minute, and what we're going to start doing is we're going to start blending it gently and slowly. Okay, you don't want to put too much in it, because if you do, you're going to make a mess, and it's going to spill all over the place, and you don't want that to be honest. So just, gently, little pulses. Okay, what we're doing is we're combining all the ingredients together and making sure that everything combines, and so that it doesn't separate, right? So I kept it in a hot water for two reasons. Number one, I don't want the Pyrex measuring cup to cool down too much, because if it does, what's going to end up happening is when we come to pour, a lot of it's going to stick to the edges here. So we're just going to let everything slowly cool down together. Okay, and we're going to let this cool down to about 170 degrees. Be careful, by the way, when you leave your stick blender like this. It could topple over and everything could spill. But we're going to leave it to about 170 degrees. We're taking our temperature stick, our thermometer, and just checking the temperature. And about 170, we're going to add the fragrance and the preservative. Right, so our mixture has reached to about 170. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add our fragrance and our preservative. Okay. Then we're going to blend it again. Right. sure everything is blended. Okay, let's just see if there's any more. Yeah, there's a little bit left. So the reason why I took it out quickly is because I didn't want the mixture to cool down too much too quickly in one area. That's why I want to blend it, but there's a little bit left. Come on. If you have a spatula for this, like a small spatula, it'd be great, but it's a little difficult holding a camera and doing this at the same time, so blend it a couple more times. Okay, and this should be done. So I'm just going to do that, and then, okay, I'm gonna put the camera down for a second, and I'll get back to you in a second, okay? Thank you. Alright, so everything is ready to be poured in, so I'm gonna pour it into my clean disinfected jar. Okay. Alright, and like you see, there's gonna be some left over. Honestly, it's gonna be cold at this point and crunchy, so if you're making this product for yourself, it's really whatever. You can spoon it in, but if you're making it for sale, to sell, it doesn't really look nice when the top layer of the jar is crusty because of this. So I'm just gonna leave this behind. Okay, and yeah, that's our completed product. Okay, as you see, it's creamy, it's white, and